Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been a long time since we've been playing some Hearthstone. I've been off for over a month, just dealing with some personal things, but we are back and we're excited to play some cards. There's been a lot of changes since we've been gone. We've got a lot of cards being removed from and added to Wild through the Hall of Fame. We've got some new cards in Classic. We've got a bunch of spoilers and previews for the next set. So honestly, not a good time to be missing Hearthstone, unfortunately. But we are back here, and what I wanted to do today is try something a little bit different. Usually when we play a deck, we play a couple of games with it, just kind of give a bit of a thought about how it plays and some of the matchups that we've played against. But I never really go too in-depth on certain archetypes unless I really enjoy them. So what I wanted to do today is play a fair few games with one deck and kind of give you something that I think a lot of people think about, and that's should you craft this? In that I think a lot of people see a deck like this. This is Valeeraaaah's Weapon Rogue, which comes courtesy of Hearthstone. And this is a pretty budget deck outside of two main things, which is the Leroy and the Van Cleef. I think a lot of people might have a lot of these cards and they look at this deck and say, oh, look, I've got 1600 dust. I'm, a couple of legendary short, but I've got everything else. Should I get that Van Cleef? Should I get that Leroy? Does it make the deck better? Is there a budget replacement? And I think just going through that kind of thought process and playing a bunch of games and figuring out, well, are those two cards worth it? Is the deck worth it if you're short more than just those two legendaries? That's kind of what I want to aim to do with this series. So we'll take a look at the deck. This is, as I said, Valeera's Weapon/Thief Rogue. I did take a quick look at HS replays. Just to get an idea of what the meta is like, because honestly I have no clue. So it's another part of what today will be about, is playing against some decks that we have no idea what they do. But this is a pretty interesting one. It's been a long time since I've seen an Assassin's Blade in any deck, let alone a kind of aggressive, kind of tempo roguish kind of deck. But it does pair very well with Deadly Poison. Obviously, you get 4 attacks out of the Assassin's Blade, so the Deadly Poison could potentially be +8 damage. We've got a lot of other kind of very typical tempo things. No 1-drops here. We do have the Cable Rat, which is going to give us some lackeys. We've got some the Evil Miscreant as well, freshly nerfed Evil Miscreant as well. I don't think we've played with it since it's been in 1.4. Some good creatures in here like Blink Fox. This curve is a little bit chunky around that waist. Around that kind of 3 to 4 section. We've got a lot of plays, but there are some good ones. Hindclan Burglar, Life Drinker, Vendetta is usually free, hopefully. But there's certainly a lot of stuff to like here. My concerns are maybe a bit creature light. Not too sure how the opposing creature matchups are going to go. And that we really don't have too much of a late game. There's no like Myra's kind of combo element to this deck since the nerfs. I'm not too sure if anyone's been playing with those. So I think we are going to be relying on like Shadow Step Leroy, things like that to kill our opponent. Also notably absent is Southsea Deckhand, which curious by its absence. But we're going to jump into some games. We're going to try and have some fun, but mostly we're going to learn the answer to the main question: should you craft this deck? Let's go.
Thrall for Doomhammer.
Right. Here we are.
Your back.
First game with the Steel Rogue. We'll keep the Backstab and Cable Rat. Now, if I jump over to HS Replays, looks like the top Shaman deck is looks like Murloc Shaman and Aggro Overload Shaman are both doing quite well. Be interesting to see if we can kind of pick the difference between those. Do we want to coin out a Cable Rat? Probably not. It is a difficult one. I mean, if we coined out the rat, what are we doing next time? Like a lackey? Maybe we're daggering. So I guess we should have considered coining out that lackey, because it's a pretty big, pretty nice tempo player.
I wonder.
Opponent taking their sweet time. I think I'm going to go for the dagger and the lackey.
Here we go.
Not the greatest 2-drop, but a fine one. I've been playing a lot of Teamfight Tactics in my downtime. Been enjoying it quite a lot. I think it's always good to kind of experiment with other games. Check other things out, see if you enjoy them. Don't particularly want to run into like a lightning storm or Hagatha's scheme or something like that, so I think we might just go for like a cable rat, and maybe we'll read dagger.
Here we go.
And we can use this this lackey to trigger this miscreant.
Shall we make a storm?
3/6, the buffed one. So we could go like Blink Fox, Backstab Vendetta. I have 2 mana left though. I guess we can Henge Clan Burglar then.
I take this!
Wow, it's pretty bad.
Here we go. Choose soon.
I think we're good here. I think we do want to save this lackey when we kind of bounce back. So our opponent is on control. Surely this is the lightning storm or the scheme turn. Reaction. Okay. Maybe we just drop the Assassin's Blade this turn. Start going face.
Here we go.
I mean, 5 mana for 12 damage. Is that a good rate?
Shall we make a storm?
There's the lightning storm. We get to keep our burglar. Do we have lethal? 3, 7, plus 3. It's close, but no cigar. Maybe we should have gone for the evil miscreant in case we got the rush.
Such a price for power.
Rush and +1.
Oh, up to no good. Me too.
Yeah. Silly ass.
Tiny flies, flee before me.
Here we go.
Big frog.
Too soon.
Double time and double bang.
Moogie. Ooh, is this ranked? Yeah, we're actually jumping into some ranked. Unfortunately, our rank has gone up to 12 in our absence. But I think we're going to be okay. We only need to get another damage through. We've got this Hellfire. Even our opponent has like Witch's Brew. Bunch of heal. Well, they do have the Witch's Brew, but only the one. Glad we killed that frog. That's. I was kind of concerned that they might have. Not that if they had the Witch's Brew it would be bad, but I was more concerned that they didn't have the Witch's Brew and might be able to get there. I'm at rank 20, which is a higher number, which of course must be better. You might be right. Okay, I think we'll keep the Miscreant and a Backstab. I think Token Druid's pretty popular, so we might want a Backstab just to deal with that. We coin out this evil Miscreant. We'll go for the Blink Fox. I think I'd rather have the Miscreant out if our opponent has nothing here. If they have a play though.
This be our neck of the woods. Oh, up to no good. Me too.
Got the Miscreant here because it just pairs well with against this board. I imagine our opponent's going to be trying to build things out. If Token Druid's playing the exact same way that it usually does. But who knows? Maybe there's some new secrets. Our opponent's about to drop the sick tech on it. Ooh, I like this. We can get a trade, we can get a transform. Ugh. Yeah. I do want to try and get these Blink Foxes out sooner rather than later.
This be our neck of the woods.
Come on. Don't do me. Don't do me like that.
Here we go.
So this could be pretty bad if our opponent runs Swipe, but I mean if they're swiping us instead of making a board, I think we're okay with that. Spiritual Forest is not very good. Ooh. guess maybe we can gloop when we Fan of Knives? There's no way where these squirrels are staying 1/1s though. Just one Power of the Wild? And they can't have any other minions. Maybe they're going to be... Hero Power? Yeah. Yeah, they really have to have the swipe. Oh. Swipe hero power? Swipe Wrath. This is kind of what we were scared about. Maybe we should have gone for the fan play. Just so we would have stayed healthy.
Flower power.
Tell you what though, 0 mana Van Cleave might not be the worst thing. How aggressive is this deck? Like, do we need to... If we gain 5, will it put us out of range? Or do we need to try and...
So many options.
Brotherhood shall
The grass.
I think that's pretty tough, because last time we were playing, there were definitely a bunch of token draw decks that could grind pretty hard. You know, Vargoth, things like that. Even if our opponent this turn has like Vargoth, and one of the like things that vomits out tokens, like the lifelink ones, could still be in for a real match.
Here we go.
lapdogs.
Let's see if we got it. Nice. Bit of a goof around. I think we were probably incorrect in trading and setting ourselves up for the swipe, but I guess I just figured that if our opponent didn't swipe the turn before, they might not be going for a swipe on that turn, or they might not have it, but GG's. We'll play to our opponent.
Or back.
Alright, another one here. The Rogue. Sending it all back. Looking for those minions. Got a Rat. Just had a fantastic game against a Mech Hunter. Kind of mech Bell Hunter, maybe? Actually, I might go back and check that. Queen 3. The Ursatron. Trade, wow. Don't see trade too often there, I don't think. Ooh, explosive shot. That could be a good one. I'm going for the board play, but only hero power. Maybe they got unlucky. Didn't hit another 3-mana minion there. I don't want to backstab that, but all these are pretty bad. Do kind of want to backstab this. Yeah. Even though, like, most the 4-drop magnetic guy would just be a trade, I still am a bit happier with this.
Here we go. Choose soon.
Yeah, I'll save this to trigger the miscreant. Or the eviscerate for that matter. There's just so many bad 5s. And now it's definitely explosive shot time. Got an Oblivion here. I mean, Ziliax would be tremendous for our opponent.
I wonder.
Off the top. What do you got off the top there, bud? What are you holding on to? Come on. Reveal your secrets. Big tank. Snippy snapping the out back. There's a fan of knives when we need it.
So many options.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, up to no good? Me too.
to choose suing. Here we go.
Job done.
I guess now we will see. Oh, brutal. Is that lethal? We're on 6. So our opponent thinks we can't kill them from this distance. 19. So 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our opponent's on 9. We have...
More your magic!
We can damage this, and now our shiv's to 3. 1, 4, 6, 7, 13. Yeah.
Back to the void. Let's do this.
We have the shadow step anyway. Woo! Got him. Oh, they went for it. And props to them. Unsure why they went for the snip snap though. Or definitely that they went for the magnetic snip snap. Could it have been the case where maybe just 2 snip snaps on the side would have been better? Trading into things and stuff. Also, a lot less weak to a sap. But either way, GG's, well played to our opponent. Okay, we are back here with Valeeraaaah's Weapon Thief Rogue. Played a bunch of games with it, ended up with a 57% win rate, which is pretty good at those, teens kind of ranks. Certainly would be hoping that we could maintain that kind of win rate at lower ranks, but I'm not too sure. As far as the deck goes, I think it has a lot of things to like. You know, you've got, I think Leroy with the Shadow Steps is a powerful kill. There's a lot of high tempo turns, especially with vendettas and things like that. Some things to not like: I think the deck starts very slowly. We only have the Evil Cable Rat as a thing to do between that and our dagger early on, and it's not like this is Odd Rogue from the past where our dagger does have quite a lot of power. So that's just something that I wanted to note. As for the actual weapon part of the deck with the Assassin's Blade and the deadly poisons and stuff, I think it's okay. It does represent quite a lot of damage. I mean, it's 20 damage between an Assassin's Blade and 1 deadly poison, and it will close the game out pretty quickly. So there are decks out there that might be a bit weak to that, but if there are a lot of taunts, if there's a lot of lifesteal out there, which, you know, a lot of decks do play Ziliax, then it does kind of complicate things. Now, as far as the question of should you craft this, I think that, especially looking at some of the other decks that are performing really well, like Hook Tusk Rogue and more tempo oriented Rogue decks, I think that this deck is a great place to start. I think if you've got all of the pieces like the rares in the deck, which is really just the life drinkers, and yeah, everything else is basic, and the vendettas, I think Van Cleef and Leroy are amazing crafts anyway. Looks like Van Cleef is still in most rogue decks, and Leroy is probably in most rogue decks as well as many other decks. So I think that this is a great craft. As far as the deck itself goes, I think your mileage may vary. This seems like a great deck for some of those higher ranks, even the teens that we're doing right now. I wouldn't expect everyone to be able to get Legend with this easily, or for it to be a meta break or anything like that. But I think Leroy and Van Cleef are great crafts. As far as if you could only craft one, I'd probably go with the Leroy, just because it's neutral. And yeah, I'd also suggest if you already have all of these pieces and you're looking to level up your game or play something different, I would suggest looking at some of those Hook Tusk decks and or maybe some of those Heist Baron Togwaggle decks, as they might have a bit more late game power, but it does seem like most of them also try and include some early game plays, underbelly fences and Mecharus and things like that. So big shout out to Valeeraaaaah, of course. Also big shout out to everyone at Hearthstone. Of course, I do post all these videos up on there. And until next time, I guess that's it. Gosh, it's been a while since we've done one of these outros. It's been a pleasure. Stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.